In a landmark moment for India's infrastructure, the historic Zojila Tunnel is now set to achieve a major breakthrough today. Union Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari is expected to trigger the final blast, marking the moment when excavation teams from both ends, that is Baltal in Kashmir and Meena Marg in Ladakh, connect deep beneath the Himalayas. The 13.15 kilometer long tunnel, being built at an altitude of nearly 11,578 feet, will become the world's longest single tube bi-directional road tunnel at the highest elevation, executed by the Megha Engineering and Infrastructure Limited. Now, the project itself has overcome extreme challenges, whether sub-zero temperatures, heavy snowfall, avalanches and fragile Himalayan geology. Over 13.14 kilometers of excavation is now complete, with just a few meters left for this symbolic handshake. Now, once fully operational, targeted for early 2028, the Zojila Tunnel, along with the already functional Z-More Tunnel, will provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Ladakh. It will slash travel time across the notorious Zojila Pass from 3 to 4 hours to just 15 to 20 minutes. The strategic Srinagar-Leh highway is already open year-round. It's set to be a game changer for tourism, trade, emergency response, as well as crucial military logistics in the region. Let's in fact take a look at why the Zojila Tunnel is a breakthrough. We have curated some information on this front, so let's take a look at why exactly this tunnel has really, it's going to be a game changer for the entire region. Now, it is an all-weather shield for the road that Pakistan had targeted during the 1999 Kargil conflict. So that, of course, is its strategic importance. Right here you can see visuals of the tunnel as well. It will ensure uninterrupted connectivity for troops in Ladakh as well as Siachen. That's not all. It eliminates winter closures and bolsters defense mobility in the border areas. Apart from this, the Zojila Tunnel also delivers reliable all-weather access across the Himalayas. It also transforms the Srinagar-Leh highway into a year-round strategic lifeline for the entire region. And of course, last but not the least, it ensures that last-mile connectivity for the people in Leh, Ladakh, to Srinagar and to the rest of the country remains. This is, of course, what we've seen in terms of the strategic importance of the Zojila Tunnel. Let's also, in fact, take a look at how close it is, in fact, to the border region. I have this map open with me on my screens, if our PCR crew can take it up, so that our viewers can really take a bird's eye view of this tunnel at large. It's, of course, a detailed location and map of the Zojila Tunnel. Let's try to get that adjusted a little bit. It's, of course, a 13.15 kilometer tunnel. You can see here is Srinagar, here is Kargil, and here is Leh. This is, of course, the line of control, Pakistan occupied Kashmir on the other side. And here, just about 30 to 50 kilometers from the line of control lies the Zojila Tunnel. This is not all, of course. At this moment, it is strategically important. As discussed earlier, it was this very road that was targeted by Pakistan in 1999 during the Kargil war. So that, of course, talks about the strategic importance. It's been a long-awaited dream of Ladakh to ensure seamless all-year-round connectivity at large. With this, I will be carrying forward the discussion. We have with us Major General Dhruv Katoch, defense expert. We also have with us Major General Sudhakarji, geopolitical and defense expert. We have Sohail Kazmi, senior journalist from Kashmir, and advocate Tashi Galson, former CEC and as a senior BJP leader as well. Thank you all very much for taking out time and speaking to us on NewsX. It's a landmark moment for the people of Ladakh as well as the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Advocate Galson, I'd like to rope you into the discussion here. It's been a long-awaited dream, and how happy are the people at large with the fact that yes, all-weather connectivity is going to be ensured for the people of Ladakh, for the people of Leh, to Srinagar and beyond?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a historic day. We are very happy, and finally we'll be having around the year connectivity. So as you rightly pointed out, that it is a lifeline for the people of Ladakh, and it is a long cherished dream by the people of Ladakh. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. It's a long cherished dream for the people of Ladakh, and finally, it is now become a reality. And finally today we had the breakthrough moment, and we are very happy to witness that also. In fact, I just came down from Zojila. I've just reached Srinagar. And today while coming, I came from Zojila only, and Zojila used to be very tough. It is still tough road, and almost in winter it gets completely disconnected for the almost 4 to 5 months. So strategically also this tunnel is very crucial. It will guarantee the seamless movement for army logistics and emergency medical evacuations, and of course for the Delhi essentials, supplies for Leh and Kargil. So yes, this is a big moment for us. We waited for a very long time, and it used to be a mere election slogan at one point of time. Now, ever since Modi ji has become a prime minister, he made things into reality, and Zojila Tunnel is witness to that.
Absolutely. So I'd like to take forward the conversation with Major General Dhruv Katoch. Sir, one thing that Advocate Galson has mentioned is, of course, the strategic importance of this road. It's located, this tunnel at large, it's located just about 30 to 50 kilometers from the line of control. As I mentioned earlier as well, it's a part of the same road that was attacked by Pakistan during the Kargil war in 1999. How critical is this when we've seen Pakistan as a neighbor? It obviously cannot be trusted. It's time and time again try to attack us. How then strategically important is this tunnel for ensuring, yes, that there's smoother movement along the border area for the troops and for supplies at large?
Thank you, Priya. You see, this with the construction of this tunnel, I think the entire logistics infrastructure stands changed now. Prior to this, the army had to actually keep about 6 months of stores with them, what we used to call as winter stocking. Now that winter stocking, the requirement will reduce dramatically. But more importantly, when we are looking at the movement of troops, the movement of arms, ammunition, anything which we wish to move now, that restriction of time is over. We can do it throughout the year, 365 days of the year. Earlier, it was restricted to the period when the snowfall was not there. About 7 to 8 months only we could move. And 4 to 5 months was the period when that movement could not take place across the pass. And that becomes a very critical factor in any sort of defense planning which we do. So strategically, it's going to be very important, especially considering the threat which we face in eastern Ladakh from China. which we have faced earlier, which we continue to face. Now, the movement of troops all the way from wherever we wish to get them, right up to the line of actual control, has been expedited greatly, and this will take place throughout the year. This is one. More importantly, I think, for the people of Ladakh, I think it is something which is tremendous. Uh, no longer are they bound now to the summer months only when the road is open. With the road being open throughout the year, it gives them that lifeline throughout. I think this should have been done much, much earlier, very soon after independence, but better late than never. It has been taken up as an initiative over the last decade, and it has come to completion. Not just this, but a whole range of connectivity projects, especially to Leh, including from the other axis, the Manali axis, where we have the Atal Tunnel,
Yes.
which has connected it and given them a second alternate lifeline. So now with these two lifelines, I think Leh is very well connected, and it is good for the people for the people living in that area, and it is also good strategically for the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to rope in Major General Sudhakarji in this point as well. Major General Katoj has mentioned the Atal Tunnel. I was just going to come to that. You have the Zojila Tunnel, you have the Zimor Tunnel in Sonmarg, the Atal Tunnel in Himachal Pradesh, the Sela Tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh as well. It seems that there is a load of push in connecting the border areas to the rest of the country, ensuring all-weather accessibility, ensuring that this last-mile connectivity through this infrastructure boom in border areas is maintained for the people as well for securing India's strategic interests. How vital is this, and what are, in your assessment, some of the other key areas where similar such projects should be undertaken?
Yeah, Pia, good evening. Thank you for getting me to your show, and my very warm greetings to distinguished and esteemed co-panelists. Uh, Much of the issues have already been covered by the preceding speakers, but the issue, your question has got two parts, and the names that you have mentioned, they're not mere names. They are the major security challenges to maintain and protect the sovereignty of the nation. We have had very hostile experience in the past, but I would say, having traveled along this, the length and breadth of every name you have taken, whether it is Sela or Zojila or Rohtang Pass, now called as Atal Tunnel, I would say the distance to Leh has been drastically reduced in terms of traveling time. One was very fortunate to have commanded troops in the most sensitive sector of Eastern Ladakh. One also had experience of being cut off and facing mass mobilization of Chinese troops. But at that point in time, they had got surprised and shocked to see that we could also mobilize equal number, if not more, in less time than the Chinese could do by multiple methods. So they used to ask me question, how did you do it? But now I can actually widen my chest and say that what they suspected that Rohtang and Zojila Pass would cut us off, they used to work on a paradigm or terrain constraint of 6 to 8 months Zojila Pass remaining cut off. Cut off means there was virtually no transport passing through that tunnel. And we used to be maintained by air maintenance. People say winter stocking. I have experienced summer stocking. Why summer stocking is important and why we couldn't do without that in Eastern Ladakh. So these are peculiarities that one has gone through. So this is a classic example, and the speed at which the government of India has undertaken these missions are something exemplary before the construction teams and the companies in the world. It is not an easy job, and the double down of activities has been undertaken, to my reckoning and understanding, post, I would say, Galwan incident. It is actually speeded up. What could be not be conceived or perceived earlier has actually fructified or started being visible on ground in last 4 to 5 years. So this is a remarkable kudos to the leadership, kudos to the people on the ground. They have gone through a lot of harsh realities and the challenges, and kudos to the resource management, supply chain management has been exceptionally of outstanding order. The length of, it is pertinent to mention that the ordinary standard length from Pathankot to Leh at one point in time used to be 750 to 770 kilometers. Now same distance is to be covered in 3 days. Today, if you sit in a light vehicle and with due support system, one can start in the morning and by about late in the evening, you are there at Leh. It may sound like an exaggeration to amplify what you have just stated. The distance or the time taken earlier of 3.5 hours to traverse the distance in Zojila Pass is being covered in 20 minutes now. Same goes for the Z mode. And also similar things have been achieved towards the Atal Tunnel. There is another tunnel coming up you haven't covered in your preamble. There is a tunnel, there is a road which is connecting after you cross Atal Tunnel across the Zanskar range. It takes you right up to Nimmu. That also reduces your traveling time by 4 hours. So these are all extraordinary milestones and achievements that the country has achieved. It couldn't have been possible without a collective synergy and a mission-oriented kind of a task that has been undertaken. Now, the last part of your question is, which are the other parts? Khardungla is one pass, which one has to climb up to a height of 18,353 meters, feet above the mean sea level, then go across to the Nubra Valley. This is one particular height which needs to be actually connected by a tunnel. This is going to improve our response matrix as far as the combat capability is concerned, as also we need to connect the forward areas by making or enhancing the footprint of our tourists. The second place that comes to my mind is from Karu, when you go across to Tangse, there is a pass called a Changla Pass. This also needs to be connected by a tunnel. Similarly, there is another place which will enhance our connectivity with our forward areas and will reduce our response matrix considerably. Last but not the least, that if you look east towards Sela Pass, you mentioned about the Sela Pass.
Yes.
Once you come up to a particular point in Tawang, you find Tawang is also connected by treacherous routes, and these are all prone to landslides. And you have best of roads constructed in one season. Next season, they simply disappear because you have the slopes very fragile and the weather is unpredictable. And with great difficulty, our present dispensation has constructed the Sela Pass, Sela Tunnel. At one point in time, when I was the brigade commander, it is to be rejected outrightly. When I had projected the point in 2011, that Chinese have started mobilizing in one season instead of 2 seasons. They have started mustering troops. What we could think and study in 3 years, they used to mobilize the resources. So to say that we are getting cut off because of Sela Pass is something which was untenable, and therefore there was a requirement to make a tunnel. And that point in 2011, I still very distinctly remember, it was rejected outrightly at multiple levels. And the proposal was taken as a joke that what cannot be done should never be considered. And today it is a reality on the ground. Again, compliments to one and all. This is a remarkable milestone which we have achieved. And back to you, Pia.
All right, sir. We also have with us Mr. Sohail Kazmi, senior journalist from Kashmir. Thank you so much for your patience, sir. With this tunnel, of course, is just one of countless projects through which over the last 7 years we've seen the transformation of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh as well. What do the people make of the fact that yes, lives are becoming much easier? It's more accessible to travel around, whether one wants to visit Ladakh from Kashmir. The time, as Major General Sudhakarji has pointed out, has reduced from 3 hours to just 20 minutes. And life, of course, and your travel plans, they just sort of fall into place seamlessly. You know, if you have family that is living somewhere in Ladakh, connectivity to that also becomes easier. So how is it that the transformation over the last 7 years has made an impact on the people through projects like these?
First of all, good evening, ma'am, and good evening to my all senior co-panelists. Secondly, today I think it is a historical day. History has been made with the inaugural of this particular tunnel. It is not all-weather connectivity. It seems like that people of Kargil and Ladakh today, they feel that they have been a part of India's good governance slogan, you know. Since 77 years, I have been to Kargil, Ladakh by road also on many occasions, many times. But same as Sudhakar Sahab has already elaborated that we used to face 3 days drive and face so many difficulties while reaching to Ladakh. But today, the dream of our old, senior people who have served there, who have lived there, who have given their lives on those borders. Today, they are feeling that their dreams have come true as with the inaugural of this particular tunnel. And secondly, ma'am, people of Kargil and Ladakh, they have suffered a lot since 77 years due to one reason or the other reason. It is not connecting Kargil and Ladakh with Kashmir. It is a connectivity between Kargil, Ladakh and the rest of the India. People were facing huge difficulties while they're pursuing their education, while pursuing tourism, while pursuing many things, day-to-day life commodities, essential commodities, purchasing of so many things, construction purposes. No, with this route, people, not only people, our army people who are on such hilly trains, they also used to face many difficulties. No, today, especially the people living across LOC, they are also watching that how India is progressing and what government of India plans to rehabilitate the people of the hilly trains like Kargil and Ladakh. They will be also, witnessing, and Chinese always used to incur our lands in Ladakh, especially Ladakh. They will be also surprised while seeing this type of inaugurations in Kargil and Ladakh. So it's a dream which comes true today, and people are saluting the government of India's efforts, Nitin Gadkari's initiatives, and timely completion of the projects, whatever have been announced by the government of India, by the ministers and the Honorable Prime Minister of India. So it is a matter of, pride for the people of Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh to see these kinds of initiatives being taken care in time, within time limits.
Absolutely. I'm running short on time, so I'll take one final round of concluding comments from all the panelists. Advocate Gyaltsen, of course, I'll come to you. One final concluding comment, requesting you to keep it short. Why is it that this tunnel really matters?
Lifeline for us, especially, in terms of emergency medical evacuations and for essential supplies, and for, of course, on a strategic point of view, Ladakh used to remain cut off. So it is a lifeline. Now we have throughout the year, we'll have a connectivity. And, we have now another options, earlier we have during winter, we had only an option to evacuate by air only. Now we have Zojila Tunnel will help us all year connectivity. So this is the game changing for us. It will surely boost the trade and commerce, and of course the tourism activities in the Dras and Kargil and the entire Ladakh sector. And the tourism is main source of economy. So this tunnel will play a very crucial role for us. And, there are, not just this Zojila Tunnel. And I think in last 1 decade, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the entire internal roads has been, strengthened, especially in the eastern Ladakh. If you see the connectivity earlier, from Leh to, Demjok is, the last village at the eastern border. It used to take almost, whole day to reach at Demjok. Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, now, from Leh to Demjok, it just takes 4.5 or 5 hours, so this is also good that, reinforcement can reach on time. Earlier, it was also a very challenging for a strategic point of view. So the tunnel, the entire road, I think after 70 years, I think Ladakh, gets its due attention, I would say, under the leadership of Narendra Modi. So this tunnel is, yes, for sure, it is a lifeline for us, and it's very important. It's a major breakthrough today we had.
Absolute. Major General Dhruv Katoch, concluding comments from you. Of course, I'm running short of time, so I request you to please keep it short.
Oh, yeah, I'll be very brief. I think the strategic impact has been brought out very, very clearly. So as far as the military aspects are concerned, it is a tremendous morale booster. But I think the biggest advantage of what has really happened now is psychological, right? The physical connectivity has taken place, but I think in the mental space also there's a huge change which has taken place now. The very fact that you're connected 24/7 throughout the year is a great achievement, and that has a tremendous impact on the mind, and both for the people of Ladakh as well as for the rest of the country. I think this is a godsend, and it's the most welcome development. Pia.
All right, Major General Sudhakarji, over to you. One concluding comment from your side. What's the greatest impact that this could have?
It has lifted up my dream as an Indian citizen. In 1994, the resolution was taken that Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Shashkam Valley. They are an inseparable and an integral part of India. So these tunnels and connectivity that have improved in past couple of years, they have made me to look beyond the normal horizon that is seen to a common man. We should look beyond these boundaries and make all-out effort to take back the names of the places in the regions that I have just mentioned.
Absolutely. And final word to Mr. Sohail Kazmi, sir. One last final concluding comment from you.
I think the slogan by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi during his all election campaigns, truly it's on ground today. Modi hai to mumkin hai for the people of Kargil, Ladakh, and rest of the parts of Ladakh area which were never seen, even the daylight of the development and the prosperity. But I finally conclude my words, Modi hai to mumkin hai. What he says, he means he's for the welfare of the people of Kargil, Ladakh and all the nearby areas of Ladakh. And inshallah, there is not far that people will be seeing another type of a tourism destination, much more beautiful than Kashmir and Himachal, only like you see in other hilly terrains of the rest of the world. It will be only Kargil and Ladakh, a barren beauty, what we see in coming days.
All right, with that...
Excuse me?
Yes.
May I share a quick good news to everyone, including the Major General Sudhakar? Today the Honorable Minister also announced, thousands of crores, another projects in Ladakh, including the Zojila Tunnel and one tunnel at the Changla Pass, which is called Kela Tunnel. So that is also been announced by the Honorable Minister today. And the Khardungla Tunnel, that survey is under process, and we are hopeful that very soon the Khardungla will also have a tunnel in Ladakh. And besides that, the Shinkulna Tunnel is already underway.
Absolutely. With that, I would like to thank all of my panelists for joining us on